Oh hi, this is a early to stop me from spending all my Christmas money collection update for December 2018. Hopefully the last one for the year, and also uh, other non-collectiony stuff as per usual. I'm going to start with the first very non-collectiony thing. Look at my new car. Where I'm so confused. There's my new car. I don't know how that got in here. What the fuck? I confused myself so terribly. If you have good ears, you know what that sound just was. So, December is a cacophony. Is that the right word? I'm just gonna quickly, cacophony. Not really. It's a bunch of shit in my life. My birthday, my wedding anniversary, and Christmas in the space of like 10 days. So, things, presents, and stuff because I sometimes get awesome things. So, yeah, and also Boxing Day sales. That's where I got the majority of the crap that I have around me here from. That was yesterday, and that was a very fun day for me. I'll get into that. But the first thing was my birthday present. My lovely wife got me an already very dirty acoustic guitar, and those scratches that you can kind of, oh, where are they? Kind of see there. That was my daughter about 3 minutes, maybe a bit less after I got it. She went to go give me a cuddle with a plastic toy in her hand and tripped and scuffed it, and I was upset. And I realized how cute it was that she wanted to give me a cuddle, so I didn't get that upset. Plus, scuffs and marks on guitars give it character, providing you don't actually fuck up the sound. Just that caveat. But this is a Monterey Electric Acoustic. I have no idea how much it cost. The action is a tiny bit high, but probably won't be able to adjust it. That said, it's an acoustic, so if you ever go above like the 5th fret, you're probably playing the acoustic wrong unless you got a capo on like the 12th, in which case it's going to be a bit difficult to play. But it sounds very nice. It's got a built-in tuner and preamp, which I like a lot because I hate trying to find my tuner and getting it to work. And this sounds incredible going through a amp, my shitty Line 6 Spider 330 watt practice amp that I got down there. I forgot what it was for a second there. And yeah, this was a shock and a surprise. I had no idea that she was going to do this. I've been saving up all year to do it myself at Boxing Day, and she sort of usurped me a little bit, so I won't complain. It means I had more money to buy myself shit that I didn't need. So there is that, and cool. I can play songs now acoustically. I have been taking vocal singing lessons, and I want to do more that kind of stuff where I'm playing guitar and singing. But we'll see how that goes. The second non-gamey but kind of gamey thing is at Boxing Day sales, I finally went and bought myself a new keyboard. I've been wanting to get me one with brown switches, so it's a bit quieter when I make videos. The 2 or 3 keyboards I had were all Cherry Blues, and they were very loud. If you've watched any of my programming stuff, you probably know this. I put little rubber O-rings on my HyperX. It's not even in the room anymore. What's over there? On my HyperX, and I was using that like cheap $20 mechanical keyboard using blue switches, which are not Cherry. They're like some off-brand one, which wasn't a terrible keyboard to be fair, but it was still extremely loud. So I got myself a brown, and I got myself the Corsair K95 RGB Platinum. Now I wanted to get the Razer whatever V2, Chroma V2, Black Widow, whichever one it was, but they didn't have it in store on Boxing Day, which means I couldn't get a bunch of money off it, so I thought I'd rather just save the money. I don't need Chroma support. Cherry switches are great. This keyboard is very well reviewed. I don't really care about the lighting. It has macro keys, which I don't really care about. I might end up removing them altogether. like I usually remove my caps lock. This thing is cool. It has cool effects. I switch it over, I can do this, and hopefully I don't stop my recording. Whee! So that's kind of cool. And very nice feel. It's cherry browns. If you'd used a cherry switch keyboard before, you know how it feels. It's got media keys, which I don't really use. I don't listen to music on my computer that much, but they're there, so that's good. And yeah, macro keys, you can change the lighting and stuff. It's got profiles, none of the stuff I will ever use. Literally, I just have two profiles, one so the lights are always on, and one so the light has that flowy motion, which I like every now and then. Generally speaking, I'll probably just leave it lit up all the time to match my mouse. So the rest of the stuff is all gaming related, and for the first time in a very long time, I bought some gaming hardware, which I will go through first, I think. Yeah, because I want to talk about. Well, if I don't do the hardware first, you'll figure it out. So, Boxing Day sales once again had this down to $229 Australian dollars with another game with it, including the game that was built in. And I've been wanting it for a while, and I'll explain why. But it's a PSVR that comes with VR Worlds. I've got to take these stickers off because they're going to ruin the box. I'm probably going to ruin the box if I do that. So where did I put it? It's over here. This thing is incredibly cool. I will say that. It is really cool. I was playing it for about 4 hours yesterday. I couldn't play it for any longer. I was getting extremely motion sick. I'm not used to it. But the games I was playing were incredible. I played, the game that came with it was, I haven't played VR Worlds yet, sorry. But the other game it came with was Astrobot Rescue Mission, which one of the PSVR guides I was looking up had that as the best PSVR game. And from what I've played, it's fucking awesome. It's like this cutie platformer thing that does VR integration really well. The only thing I don't like is once you've moved, you can't move back. So the camera shifts as you move forward, and you can't shift back if you miss something. So you're kind of like looking off into the distance, and it works really well. Like, I don't have any depth perception, but it every now and then my eyes sort of focus right, and I get a little bit of depth, which is I'll go into that in a second. Which is really cool, and it works. I envy the people who have good eyesight. I have decent eyesight for someone who's half blind. I know, stupid thing to say. But yeah, it's really good to have some depth perception every now and then. So the main 3 reasons I wanted to get this was I love tech, and I think VR tech is pretty fucking cool. I wanted a new avenue to play games, and I do enjoy the whole VR aspect, being able to look around, be immersed in your game and all that kind of stuff. And the third one was about, about 4 years ago, I read about this guy who went to a 3D movie. They didn't have a 2D version of the movie, and he has the same thing I have, where he has a lazy eye, and his eyes don't focus in the same place, so the 3D wasn't going to work for him. It's never worked for him. And he ended up going and putting on the glasses, and by the end of it, his eyes actually started working again, and he actually had proper 3D vision after that permanently. And to me, that's like a 1 in a million story. But if there's a chance that it could fix my eyesight, fuck yeah, I'm going to buy a PSVR. I mean, I didn't need much of an excuse in the first place, but fuck yeah, I'm going to buy it. So that is actually the main reason I wanted a VR headset, because there is a chance that it could actually legitimately fix my eyesight. I'm going to try to find the article after this, and I'll put it in the links below. If I can find it. I think, what was a movie like Tintin, or one of those kids' movies that he watched. And yeah, that's just, to me, that's a truly incredible story for someone who doesn't have perfect eyesight. I'd love to have depth perception. I don't know what depth is. You should see me driving, it's incredible. Anyway, the second piece of hardware, I bought 3 pieces of hardware, I bought the PSVR aim controller. Now, I was playing Farpoint on this, because that's the game it comes with. I want to get Bravo Team as well, because that's the other aim controller compatible game. I don't know if there's any more or not. But it was really cool. Like you get the little plastic gun thing, and because it's VR, you don't really need it to be made out of anything that good. but it has really good tracking for the most part. And you could do the whole thing where you look down the side of your gun, and there's like a hollow sight there, and that worked really well. I was playing with Reaper, and it was working a lot better for him because I don't think he has the same issues with his eyes as I do. So he could see that depth, whereas I couldn't. So when he was doing this kind of thing, he could kind of like, I know where I'm aiming, where I was a bit more, not really too sure. But yeah, it's really cool. It works really well for the most part. The tracking can be a little bit weird, especially we were playing in a very small space with a lot of obstructions. I'm sure in a space like this, if I cleaned it up, it'll probably work a lot better, which I will be doing. And yeah, I guess we'll see. And the third one, I bought a second PS Move controller. I already had one, but I wanted two for a couple of the PSVR games that support the two controllers. I do want to get Beat Saber eventually. It's like $45 for a digital copy, and I really find it really hard to justify that amount of spend on a digital game, but I will. I will probably in the new year, because I spent quite a bit. There's two big piles here, including the PSVR, including the aim controller, including my keyboard, and including a couple of other like big ticket purchases. So I'm just gonna step on the brakes for a little bit. So something I got for free, I'll bring up next. We have a chain electronics store in Australia called JB Hi-Fi, and they teamed up with why have I forgotten the name? Bethesda. Bethesda? It is Bethesda. Guys who made Fallout 76 to do an exclusive in-store giveaway for Fallout loot. Now it is Fallout 76 loot, so legitimately I don't really want it, but it's cool because outside of the Fallout shit, it's actually kind of cool. It's a vinyl record, or I think it's actually a plastic record. Anyway, it's a Take Me Home Country Road, which I believe is the theme song. I don't know what's on the back, but it comes sealed with the magazine, which is called Stack, which is their in-store magazine. And I got one copy from one store, and I didn't go looking for another one. I just happened to be at another store, and I saw it like 3 days later, and I grabbed another one. So I have two of those, because do you actually expect any less from me? Of course you don't. I'm going to do that later. So, Smash Brothers Ultimate on Switch. I didn't buy this. Steven, or Myth from the Mithras channel, bought this, and he said I could keep it in exchange for lending him my Switch so he could play it. So he has my Switch, and he's playing this, and he let me keep it. So there's no game in there at the moment. But it does have the whole roster on the back, but I really wish things would include manuals some more. Doesn't matter. Let's talk about me going thrifting. I went to a thrift shop near my work. I bought a bunch of random ass PC games. I may place one or two of these, but I mean probably not. But they're only like $1 each, so whatever. The Subversion expansion pack. I totally own Subversion. Not the. Wait, Subversion was the game that the people who made Darwinia were making, but they didn't release it, and I really wanted it. Anyway, the Saddle Club, because of course. A Tale of Two Worlds from the Australian Bureau of Statistics census in 2001. I don't know if other countries have this kind of thing, but we have this survey that gets sent out every 2 or 4 years. I don't really remember. I think it's 4. And it gets like a snapshot of Australia at that time. And everyone fills it out. It gets a decent idea of population, religion, jobs, medium income, kids, that kind of bullshit. And it's honestly really interesting to see it change over the years. Blue's Birthday Adventure from Blue's Clues. I might actually play that one. Carmen Sandiego Junior Detective. I might actually play that one as well. Panzer General 2. This game looks like shit, to be honest, but anyway. City Life 2008 edition. Another game I might actually play. I do like city builders. And this one was just so... I didn't actually check it was in there. So strange that I had to get it. It's 3D Pikman. And like this game looks just atrocious. Just awful. But I guess we'll see when I get around to playing that, if I ever do. Anyway, I already have this game, but I saw this. It was $19, I think, 29 Australian dollars, brand new. And I thought, I like collecting shit, and I think I actually did want the CD and the amiibo that comes with it, so I thought, why not? It's Twilight Princess HD on the Wii. This is all complete. It was brand new, as I said. What I found weird about this, right? Like, you see the amiibo there. It's literally just like a packaged amiibo, which I guess makes sense for people like amiibo collectors who want everything all uniform. I am not an amiibo collector. I have quite a few amiibos through bad decisions, but I'm not an amiibo collector. So, yeah. I have no Xbox 360 games this time around, which is very, very strange for me. But I do have 3 Xbox One games, and let's go through these now. So I have Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, because when this came out, I think it was on PS4 originally. I don't remember if it was like a timed exclusive or I'm just misremembering. And it looks really interesting. Been told about it, how it's sort of like a journey into psychosis and schizophrenia and kind of stuff like that. I find that kind of psychological stuff really interesting. And I played it for about 2 hours, a bit less. And yeah, it's freaky and I quite like it. I've actually recorded that. I'll be uploading that soon as part of me trying to just get some content on the channel, whether it be unedited, edited, this kind of stuff, or just me playing games that I'm going to play. So I might as well just record them, do my commentary stuff. If they go well, they go well. If they don't, then it doesn't really matter. So you should be seeing that in the new year. It's only 4 days away, so that's fine. Now these two, as part of my brother-in-law, which is my wife's sister's fiance. Are they fiance? Baby mama, baby daddy, whatever. They have a kid together. Every Christmas we go over to my wife's grandmother's house for dinner on Christmas Eve, and then lunch on Christmas Day. And I always take over something that we play together, some sports or shooter or whatever else. Last year we played, it was the Winter Olympics? No, the Normal Olympics game that I have on Xbox 360 that is actually really good. Really, really good, like 2012 Olympics. And like NHL, and we played, I think, FIFA, which he kicked my ass at because I'm not very good and he's very good. And this year I decided to play, to use it as an excuse to buy a couple of games. So I got NBA 2K Playgrounds 2, which is like a cut rate NBA Jam clone, which I'm a fan of NBA Jam. And basketball games in general, actually. I quite like basketball games. And this is pretty good. I played it for about 6 or 8 hours of this, and I quite enjoy it. And then Mortal Kombat X, because my wife likes this, my sister-in-law likes this, and my brother-in-law likes this. They're all better than me at it. I got my ass kicked like 14 games to 0 straight. So I guess that ruined Christmas. But it was fun nonetheless. I have 4 Xbox One controllers and 2 PS4 controllers and Move controllers and my VR headset, all sitting here, which I have to tidy up because of Christmas and VR. I know, it's so hard being me. Yes. Oh, the Move controller I bought was secondhand, did not come with a wrist strap, so that's just asking for trouble. But I usually put that in my left hand. Not that games actually fucking care. My phone is going off. Go away, wife. I don't want to talk to you. This one, I think I bought this last month and it's just got here. Now, I'm a big fan of this game. If you haven't played this game, I would recommend going on to whatever platform you're on. It's on Steam, Xbox, Switch, PS4. Was it on Vita? I mean, the Vita's dead, so it doesn't really matter. They released a physical version with a physical in-game item, and I saw it and I couldn't resist. It was about 130 Australian dollars, something ridiculous. because of shipping. Shipping always kills me. It's like $50 just for shipping. But I honestly couldn't say no. I hadn't bought a game in like 2 months at this point, so I thought, fuck it. And that is Enter the Gungeon. This is the one with the Ammonomicon. And honestly, like just the book, I would have paid that just for the book. This is leather bound. I think it's leather? Fake leather, maybe it's pleather. Embossed and all shiny and shit. It's got, if you don't know the game, the Ammonomicon is where all of the items, characters, bosses, enemies, everything is in. And once you unlock stuff, it adds it to the Ammonomicon. And so this is the filled out physical version of that. Put that back in there. And honestly, yes, this is one of my favorite games, and it comes with like art pieces. Where are the, like from the trailer and stuff, and it just looks and feels so nice, and I could not. I couldn't resist. There's, let's find my favorite pieces, if I can find them. Yeah, like those, like glamour shots of all the characters. I fucking love it. I can't see me ever unwrapping the game, because I own it on pretty much every system it's out on at the moment. Except for PS4, but I have a physical copy of the PS4 one, so I don't really need to open that. So I'm definitely happy with that. If you do get a chance to purchase it at some point, I would recommend it. If you're into the game, it's a very hard, like bullet hell roguelike shooter. I really love it. And this is why I said I had to do the hardware first, because I bought a stack of PSVR games. There's a couple in here. Look, I've played all but 2. Yes, all but 2. Well, at the very least, I've seen all but 2 played, because I didn't play one of them because at that point I was feeling very sick. I was over at Reaper's place, and yeah, I was feeling very sick from the motion, and he played one of the games, and then he was feeling sick, so we kind of called it quits after that. And one of them I only bought today, which was this Doom VFR, which I hope is a lot better than Skyrim VR, because this is fucking trash. It barely works. The controls are shit. It has like prompts for your instruction, and you're looking here. The prompts are literally at your feet with your compass. Now, if you're not looking there, it doesn't alert you to there. So it's like, hey, push this button to do this. And you're like, well, I caught the start of it, but because it went away before I was actually able to see it, I didn't have the instruction. It doesn't stay there, it doesn't come back, it doesn't come up saying, hey, look down. Or it doesn't get like persisted in your field of view, so it goes with you. It was just shit. And you like teleport weirdly, and it made me very motion sick, and it was very bad. I was extremely very tempted to take up EB's 7-day return policy, to be quite honest. I nearly did. I nearly took it back, and I thought to myself, I do want to do a PSVR full set because I'm an idiot, so I just kept it. Yes, hopefully Doom is better. I had Farpoint, which was very good. Played about half an hour of this, and it was very fun. It was extremely good. The aim controller works really well. You do feel very immersed. I had like face crabs jump at me and scared the fucking bejeebers out of me. I actually nearly shot a brick. That was awesome. It does have 2 players. I would love to get 2-player VR going. My dogs are creeping around the door. But I don't really want to spend another $1,000 on a PSVR setup, like a second one, and just have it behind me. And plus, it really wouldn't work, I don't think, with the interference. The Persistence, I didn't play this one. I saw it. It looks really good, like a roguelike first-person horror shooter. Yeah, hopefully I'll play a bit more. This is PS4 Pro Enhanced. I should get a PS4 Pro. There goes the $1,000 VR setup. Trackmania Turbo. Now, it's PSVR compatible, but yeah, like I don't know if I did something wrong. It just didn't work. It was just playing it in a PSVR. It says there are 40 exclusive VR tracks. So maybe when you play those exclusive tracks, you get the whole VR experience. Or maybe we were doing something wrong, but we couldn't get that one to work, so that was a bit disappointing. Star Trek Bridge Crew, because I'm a massive fucking nerd. I don't like Star Trek that much, but I think this is pretty cool, especially if you could play with 4 players. Which is one of the games that uses the 2 move controls, which is why I got them. So does Skyrim, and so does Doom. Doom, I think, will be... Shit. Yeah, Doom uses both. Oh, Doom uses the aim controller. Fuck yes! Okay, I'm excited now. Look at this. Actual, legitimate, smiling my ass off. That's going to excite me a lot. But yes, hopefully this game is good. I do plan on recording some VR stuff for the channel. Hopefully that goes well. Astrobot, this game is very good, very fun, very cute. I like it a lot. Hopefully I can convince my wife to play this, because I think she will like it. I think this is her kind of game. It's simple to use, and it's just fun. It's just really fun. If you have a VR setup, I recommend getting this. If you don't have a VR setup, I would almost say get one just to play this. I think it's actually pretty close to that kind of game, if it's your kind of genre. I think it's extremely well made, and it just works so well. And the last one I got, this is one of the other main reasons I got the VR. I wanted to play this in VR. And once again, my wife loves this game. Well, Tetris Effect. She loves Tetris. The one thing we bonded over, years and years back, we used to play Tetris against each other on our DSs, and she used to always kick my fucking ass, and I got really, really upset. Jokingly, of course. I don't take games that seriously anymore. Sorry, I've been talking for half an hour. My throat's all dry. Play this for about 15 minutes. It's very zen. It's like a zen Tetris game, and with the because the VR headset has you can kind of see the dangly, the earphones built in, and they're quite sound dampening. And once they sort of you get into that groove, it's very relaxing, which is not the normal thing with Tetris. It's very, especially with some N64 Tetris I have, it has like an ear heart rate monitor, and it goes with the beat of your heart. So if you start beating, your heart starts beating faster, the music gets faster, and it makes you go faster, and it's just awful. But yeah, this is I only played the first 2 levels. It's pretty good. I don't know if I'd recommend it. You have to be a pretty big Tetris nerd, which I am not. So my enjoyment of this will be very limited. But once again, hopefully my wife will like it. In which case I can then justify spending a lot on my VR setup. Woof, woof. But yes, that was Christmas, Boxing Day, anniversary, and birthday. I also got a pair of Destiny socks. Thanks, Reaper. He hid a gift card for them in there. He left the price tag on. It's like, I got you a $4 gift. Fuck you, you dumb fuck. And he hid like a $30 gift card for eBay in there. So that was very nice of him. I bought him a mouse just to tell him to fuck off. So, who wins Christmas? It's me. I always win. I win Christmas all the time. I don't know where I'm going with this anecdote. I will leave it there. All these games, especially Hellblade, that will 100% be featured on the channel soon. I already have 4 recordings ready for that. I do really, really want to do the VR stuff. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how it will work, but I really want to. So we'll see. As for the rest, I mean, they're all pretty shit, to be fair, except for Enter the Gungeon. That shit's awesome. And yeah, if you want to see anything specific, I've got to finish the coding video. I know I have been super busy. Hopefully first week next year I'll be able to actually sit down for 3 hours and just make the video and finish that off. But anything else you want to see specifically from this stuff, let me know. I don't really want to play any of those PC games I bought. I mean, I will, but I don't want to. And wish me a happy birthday. other than that, I hope you guys have had a amazing Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays. If you don't have holidays, then fuck. Just smile. Just smile. Is all I can say is just keep smiling. And I will see you in the new year, hopefully. Hopefully not before then, because if I've recorded something before then, it means I've bought too much shit again. In which case I'll be dead, so there'll be no more. Bye.